There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them.
I'm walking through the alley, throwing the trash away for a lady that I know around the corner. Her barking, and then they start biting my ankles. And then after that, they start biting me even harder. I didn't know what to do after that, so I start fighting back. They was biting me. They was ripping on my arms and, pulling all up on, rip my nail off.
Davis tells me he was walking across this park headed home when those dogs suddenly came out of nowhere and just started attacking him. He finally got away from those 3 pit bulls, but only after he hopped over this fence.
Dog tried to jump over the fence and bit me on this arm and gripped my arm and tried to pull me back over the fence.
Did you think they'd kill you?
I thought they was. I didn't know they killed I didn't know they killed one person, and then I didn't know another person got injured.
And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord. The sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
A suspected dog attack leaves a man dead. Police breaking the gruesome news to his wife.
We don't want you to remember these wounds, and we don't even want to tell you how many times he was bitten.
How a second victim was found alive.
Tonight, the victim's wife shares new details about the deadly attack in North City. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. The victim's wife sat down today with our Pepper Baker, who shares more of her touching remarks. Pepper.
Yes, a 62-year-old man and a 92-year-old man were attacked by dogs in an alley on San Francisco Avenue. The 62-year-old Dennis Moore died. Police told his wife that he was essentially eaten alive. She was kind enough to talk to us today as she's still trying to wrap her head around this horrible tragedy.
We had a wonderful wedding, and I asked him, I said, I never had a wedding before. He said, I'm gonna give it to you, and he did. He did.
Melvina Moore met her true love, Dennis Moore, later in life. Their blended families came together in the Penrose neighborhood in North City in 2016.
I mean, to take in a woman with 7 kids, just think about it. This was a lot for him because he didn't have number 3 kids.
He, a retired landscaper known in the neighborhood for helping the elderly cut their grass, always checked on his wife when she worked the night shift at a nursing home.
Throughout the night, he always called me. None of them calls went through.
Last Saturday night, she knew something was wrong. The police answered the phone the next morning.
And they asked me, they said, who are you? And I told them. And they said, do you stay at this address? I say, yes. They said, we can't tell you over the phone.
St. Louis police found Dennis Moore's body laying in an alley on San Francisco Avenue, about 2 blocks away from his home. He was attacked by dogs.
And the dogs ate him up to a point where his body was decayed. They can't show me his body. They could only show me, they didn't eat his head up.
A 92-year-old taking out the trash that night was also attacked and taken to the hospital. Animal Control took 3 dogs who matched the description into custody.
Pit bulls is not bad dog, it's what you put in them. And you are raising vicious dog to attack human beings. No, you need to pay for this. My opinion, that was fed blood, meat, ate my husband up like wolves. Wasn't no foul play, that's what they said. And that they have evidence that dogs ate him up and his body was decayed.
Melvina still can't believe dogs roaming the neighborhood may have killed her husband and worries the pit bulls that have been caught since the accident aren't the only ones still out there.
Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.